Hello YouTube and welcome to this little bit different video, which is a tier list. Now this isn't a tier list as in who I think is going to be the best team in the game, who I think are the best teams. I think we've done that to death at the moment. This is the teams I'm most excited to play. So we're going to have the Route Mushmore, we're going to have my top four, well you could ask for favourite teams at the moment, but might not be. I think these two things do change. Enjoy playing them, no strong feelings, we'll play them in the mood, hate to play them. And we're going to go along the list. It's going to try and help me. I had to think about a tournament, BB tournament for the first time in ages because a bit the Ken rule set's interesting, isn't it? I think it's all right. Now, we're going to start with humans. Humans, when I first heard about the changes to the game, I thought would be here. They sounded like they were going to be terrible. Now, having seen them, I'm kind of in the mid-tier of them. I don't think I'm going to enjoy playing them, but they do intrigue me now. Having seen them since, having seen them in a bit in BB 2025, they're better than I thought they were. And but I still think they're going to fall off a cliff very quickly once teams catch up with them, and I don't think it'll take long. And there's a lot of tournament rule sets I've seen with them where you're really struggling to spend your money. But I am intrigued to play them, so I think that's where we're going to go kind of mid-tier. Building Undead roster extreme. Yeah, Undead's so easy to build now. It's so easy. I think they've lost a little bit of character myself, which has made Necro more interesting. Nobility. This one we might have to come back to later, but for now, I think they're up here. I think they're one of the four teams I'm most looking forward to playing this edition. They've got better. The couple of games I've seen with them, they look far more interesting, especially the Pro. The Pro and the Blitz has made a massive difference to the team. The costs are different. The linemen aren't quite as garbage. This probably ends up here, if I'm honest. But right now, I'm going to put them in the top four. We'll have a funk. Knobs do look fun now, I think. Amazons, I think I was going to whack them in the middle. I know they're a good team. Hit and run is fun. But there does come a point with Amazons where, especially if you are a more experienced coach against a weaker coach, and there's no offense to your newer coach, or if you are... if you just come across the wrong team, it just feels like bullying. The fun does drop off a bit, unfortunately. But I would say I do. There is the puzzle there I quite enjoy. They probably float here, but I think I'm putting them in no strong things at the moment. I think also doesn't help I've played them a lot. Norse, straight into enjoy. They might even hit the Route Mushmore. I really enjoy Norse, especially in that style. Norse are a fun team. Frenzy's great. Yeah, they're just a fun team. I think Frenzy works. They come a block, obviously standard. You can do some nice stuff with them. They've got some great skills. Valkyries are great. Beer pigs are so useful. I really love them. Yeah, breaking news. Man who likes surfing stuff enjoys Frenzy. I know, crazy, right? Plutonians. This is probably my most disappointing team of this edition. When I saw the models and heard about them, I was hoping they'd be up here. And then I kind of thought about, we sort of seen the previews and they went here. And if I'm honest, they're probably now here. I'm still going to play them, mostly because I really like the models that have been painted for my team. I think they might end up here after a year or so. Right now, because they're still a brand new team, I kind of have some interest in playing them. But man, they're not the team I hoped they were going to be. Orcs, a bit like humans. I was expecting to be down here. Once we heard about the box set stuff, I was expecting them to be awful. I think they're actually going to be up here. They're an interesting team now. They're very fragile, ish. So what I mean by that is if you lose a big un or a blitzer or the troll, wow, all of a sudden becomes an uphill struggle against a lot of teams. Whereas beforehand, you could lose a blitzer and a big un, and you just go, don't care. You could probably lose two, and you're like, sure. It's not ideal, but sure. Now, it's, yeah, it's a bit tougher. But free Mighty Blow, pretty nice. Access to Dirty Player, pretty nice. Very cheap. The Blitzers and Break Tackle are actually quite interesting. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to playing Orcs. Black Orcs, they're kind of in this spot. I do quite enjoy Black Orcs, but I also find them very frustrating at times. I think I'm going to put them in here for now. They haven't really changed this edition, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, the Troll got slightly better. They still got access to fouling. That's about it. I would like them to do a little bit more Black Orcs. So I think they're still in the middle. I could see them down here, especially if I had a bad run with them. but I think the moment we'll go there. Dwarfs, I don't have any interest in playing the new dwarf team. I've never had interest playing the old dwarf team. I don't find the new dwarf team looks particularly interesting, and the only times I've seen it do very well, it was oppressive as hell. I think they're an unfun team. I don't like what they've done with them. I don't think it was the answer personally. I don't want to play dwarfs. Chaos Dwarfs, I quite enjoy Chaos Dwarfs. The other end of the spectrum. Chaos Dwarfs, I think, are a fun team. They're not great to start with, but Bull Centaurs are great. They have to. Flamesmiths are. I'm not going to say they're good, but they're becoming a lot more useful than I thought they would be. And Stabbers are now actually worth taking. So I'm quite interested to play some Stabbers OP. I'm quite interested to play some Chaos Dwarfs in the new edition, even though I've played quite a lot of Chaos Dwarfs in the last edition in the last year. Union Elves are going in if I'm in the mood to play. I'm not going to put them in hate because I like the models too much. I like the blitzers too much, but I really hate what they've done with the team. I really, really, really hate what they've done with the team, and that's a shame in my opinion. If I'm in the mood, I will definitely play them because they're still Edge 2 up. They're still going to do some fun stuff, but I just don't think there's so much more they could have done to make them a good team and interesting, in my opinion. High Elves. Now, we're doing this just as the preview for High Elves, so I'm pretty hyped for High Elves. We need to see the stats, obviously, but right now, I think High Elves basically replace Union Elves as my second elf team, effectively. So I'm whacking them straight into enjoy playing. I think they're going to be. I think I'm very much going to enjoy them. They sound like my kind of team. Some edge claws, okay. Steady footing, sure, on their blitzers. So once you get the 4 core players blodge, wow, I think they're going to be a nightmare to deal with. So I'm very much looking forward to them. This could change. Obviously, this is just on vibes with them, really. I hated old High Elves as well. I found them really boring. But now I think High Elves are potentially going to be one of my favourite teams to play in this edition. I don't think that's hyperbole. Wood Elves can go straight on the Mount Rushmore. Love Wood Elves. Never used to. Really great fun team. War Dancers are a hell of a drug. I think they got better this edition. I'm very hyped to play some Wood Elves. Probably more than nobility, even though I've played quite a bit of Wood Elves already. Dark Elves, I think I'm going to go in the mood to play. If I'm in the mood to play them, I thought that's probably unfair. Maybe they're kind of here. I want to play them more than Union Elves because they've got some fun mechanics. Assassins are fun. Blitzers are good. Maybe I think I'll go here. I think I'm going to put them towards the end of No Strong Feeling. I'm going to play them a fair bit, I'm sure, this edition because streaming Blood Bowl, I have to play a lot of Blood Bowl. So it's good to mix up the teams to keep things interesting. But I'm not particularly enamored with the changes. I think there's some more they could have done which would have been far better for them. Lizardmen are around here. So I played a lot of Lizardmen when I started streaming, and they were one of my favourite teams. And then I got to the point where I actually sold my tabletop team because I just didn't want to play them. The Juggernaut's interesting. The costs are less interesting. But the fact that the MMG cycle is less likely to happen makes them more interesting. I think we'll go here at the moment. I think we'll put them towards the top of No Strong Feeling. I think I will be playing them a fair chunk. I don't think they'll be one of my favourite teams in the edition. The cost of the players now is still... Sabir, Wolf, how you doing, buddy? The cost of the players, I think, is still an issue. Starting with Throw a Catcher and 2 War Darts is amazing. So I still do the 1 reroll build of Wood Elves, but now I get to start with 2 Catchers and 2 War Dancers, which gives me 4 dodge, which makes the 1 reroll feel far less bad. Because I quite like the Tree. I have a soft spot with the Treeman. Undead. I think they are found square in the middle of I have no strong feeling. Undead were one of my favourite teams. As we kind of alluded to at the beginning, they're a freezing star. Building Undead teams now doesn't feel particularly interesting because you just get the 6 positionals and then you buy as many zombies as you can. They're also a little bit more limited in their movement now because they've lost some movement 7 players. Ajax, this is a tier list of teams I enjoy playing. I'm looking forward to playing this edition. So this isn't which teams I think are the best. This is just which teams I want to play and why. So we've got the Mount Rushmore, enjoy playing, no strong feelings, will play if I'm in the mood, hate to play. Spoilers, Ajax knows two of the ones that are going in the bottom. Where am I OWME? Who could know? High elves, we need to know about the stats. The stats make a big difference to high elves, but I can't see them not being at least a good team. They'll still, at worst, they're the second best elf team. At best, they're rivaling wood elves, in my opinion. But yeah, Undead, I think I'm going to play them a fair chunk, I'm sure, but they're just not as interesting, I think, even though the ghouls got better. Necro can go straight into enjoy playing. Can go quite high on the enjoy playing. As said earlier, I love Frenzy. I really enjoy Frenzy. I like surfing players. Necro team I've played a lot. I do enjoy Necro. My one worry of Necro is I don't think there's going to be many tournaments I'm going to be able to take them to, because I think Andy Davo is right. They're not going to get many great skill packages, and they do need a lot of help on the skill front. This is one of those teams where I've talked about this a few times now. The old traditional, we're just going to have 5 tiers, doesn't work anymore, because a team like Necro doesn't need cash as much anymore. They still need skills. A team like Orcs doesn't need skills as well. They don't need cash. Whereas a team like Amazons don't need cash, but probably need sorry, not Amazon, sorry. A team like Chaos Dwarfs really need some cash, but probably don't need as many skills. So I think you need to go into it like and like Union Elves need both. So I think this is where this is where Matrix comes in, and I feel until that happens, Necro are going to in that style are going to get punished. In leagues though, I'm very, very, very much looking forward to playing them. Tomb Kings, this is probably a hard one to I do enjoy Tomb Kings. I think they're probably towards the best bottom of enjoy playing. They haven't fixed the fundamental problems of Tomb Kings, which is probably at some point in your drive, you are going to have to make a 4+ dodge. Secure the ball helps picking up the ball somewhat. The Brawler's very good, obviously, on them. It's just a buff. You give them some guard. I think I will enjoy playing them, but the fundamental problem is at some point you probably have to make a 4+ dodge, and that's probably where you end up with a draw. And draws are boring. Vampires, I'll play if I'm in the mood. I find vampires extremely stressful. I know they're a good team. I know they are a very good team. I just don't enjoy it. I just don't know what to say. I just don't enjoy them. I just find myself stressed out, having to think, I could do this and this, but I have to roll like 1,000,000 dice. Say we're playing against them. It's like, well, if they roll 1,000,000 dice, this works. If it doesn't, then it doesn't work. And then they just roll 1,000,000 dice. I just don't find them particularly... I'm glad they exist, and I'm glad Hypnogaze got a little bit nerfed. I think it's a little nerf. I don't think it's a big nerf. It's a little nerf. But I just don't enjoy playing them at all. Chaos. Chaos is probably around here. I'm intrigued with Chaos. I'm not... the cost going down is nice. You probably have to take a big guy now, which is maybe interesting. I'm not convinced... I'm not convinced it's a good upgrade. Well, Bulbous Maximus, I'll give you a hint. This is probably aiming for the official teams. They'll also be on Blood Bowl 3, but the official teams. Slann would be in hate to play. I don't like Slann. I think they don't think they should exist anymore. Sorry, I just don't. I don't agree with them as existing. Khorne, oh man, I don't think Khorne's quite hate to play, but they're going to be if I'm in the mood. I don't. Khorne were fun. I don't think there's going to be as fun anymore. They've got worse, in my opinion, and it was really frustrating rolling 1 in 9s. I'm not looking forward to Khorne. Nurgle can go straight up into round here. I will be looking forward to playing these guys. They seem very interesting now. I am very fully aware scoring is going to be an issue for them, but stand firm on the bloaters. The team got cheaper. Pick me up, steady footing, and fixed skull. They just they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Skaven. Are they towards the end of No Strong Feeling? I think they're probably into No Strong Feeling. I don't think the changes are good for the team, if I'm honest. I think the team is is definitely got weaker. I also pretty appreciate though the Skaven could be pretty OP, so I get it. But I'm not looking forward to playing them, if I'm honest. Especially we need to get the ruling on the Rat Ogre. The Rat Ogre is as bad as Raw. Forget about it. Right, Goblins. I'll play them if I'm in the mood. I don't hate Goblins, but they're very much I will play them if I'm in the mood. And yeah, I don't think that's a bold take on them at the moment. They're just a bit too swingy for me. When it works, it's so much fun. I don't hate playing them, but when it works, it's so much fun. But when it doesn't work, it's a miserable experience. Snotlings, right? Cool. Next. Might be my least favorite team in Blood Bowl. I don't know if that's hyperbole. Ogres are fitted around here. They're probably around here because I do enjoy ogres, but my god, they can be frustrating at times. When you have that bonehead turn, I just don't. But you know what? Actually, for tabletop reasons alone, I think they're going here because I have an ogre squirrel team, and ogre squirrel teams are cool. And for that reason alone, I think I'm going to enjoy ogres this edition. I will be using them in tabletop league very soon. I will go to a couple of tournaments with them. So yeah, I think ogres go here. I'm really looking forward to when they end up in Blood Bowl 3 because I want to play a lot of ogres. Obviously, it's a play style which is going to lose you a lot of games because you're relying on ogres not going boneheaded, and then nobblers, if the ogres do go boneheaded or get removed, are not great. But it's quite a fun little thematic team. Halflings, probably around here now. I really enjoyed Halflings last edition. I don't particularly enjoy the changes. And the other issue is their main ability, which is taking star players. So they've lost access to Old World Classic, which is where most of the good star players are. And they've got access to the elf stars, which is fine. That's basically some really good elf stars. But most of the good elf stars are just getting banned, which means you can't take the good elf stars, which means they don't really have the star player support they need anymore. Jordell Freshbreed for the Fresh Flings of Bel Air. I was really looking forward to playing it, and every event I've gone to so far has just banned Jordell. Partly because of the agility 1+ thing, which hopefully will get fixed, but it's just not fun. Now, gnomes last edition were here. Gnomes this edition are probably around here. Gnomes have taken a big backward step, especially in elite skill meta. They need guard. They desperately need guard, and they don't get it. So, it's not guard, sorry, dodge. They desperately need dodge, and it comes really expensive. Getting dodge is really hard in a league. NAF style, the amount of tournaments I've seen that are just basically saying you can't take guard. Jordell Fresh Bleed, your secret. Does say Fresh Bleed, Fresh Breeze. So, yeah, they've been hit hard by this edition, unfortunately. They've also lost access to a few star players that would have helped them. So, unfortunately for me, gnomes. I still enjoy gnomes. They're still fun, interesting, a puzzle. I think they're the most fun stunty team that we currently have. I just don't. They just have taken a backward step, and they've gone from loving them to they're fine. OWA straight in here. I love OWA. I've always loved OWA, and how OWA are good. OWA would have been up here in the last edition. They might have been here or here, but I love OWA, so they can go straight to the top. Can't wait to place them in some tournaments. Oh, they're so good. 5 years of hurt, 6 years of hurt actually for me, because I had them in 2016 as well. 6 years of hurt. And now it's been fully rewarded. Underworld can get straight in the bin. Stupid team. To be fair, they might be here. But... Chaos Renegades, if I'm in the mood. Again, they just suffer the problem with a lot of the teams down here. They just lack... when it goes well, it goes really well. They're like a more extreme version of Black Orcs, really. Underworld can get in the bin. Underworld are a pain. In fact, I might even do that. Right, I do need to put one more team up in the top, though. So I actually think I'm going to change this. So nobility, I think, come here. And I think we go Necro and we go Norse. So I think that is a fair representation. Probably Norse ahead of Necro at the moment. I would say I do love Necro, but I think Norse at the moment, I'm loving Norse. They are one of my favorite teams. So to go over there, so Route Mushroom, we've got OWA, which would have been there before this edition. I'm not a filthy tryhard or bandwagon fan. I've loved OWA for the longest time. My birthday present last year was a pro-painted Old World Alliance team painted like the Denver Broncos. I love Old World Alliance. Wood Elves, which is a few years ago, would have been probably like right down here. But I've just grown to, they're the agility team that's really spoken to me, and I've grown to love them. They're so much fun. I need to get over my anxiety and play them in some tournaments, because I think it would go well and I would enjoy it. Norse and Necro both have frenzy. Love a surf. Love controlling the pitch. Norse, I think, are just very fun. But both of them have pieces. That's the thing. I think they're not just like Khorne. Khorne's got frenzy. I hate playing Khorne. That's all they do. No, Norse have pick me up. You have Valkyries with amazing amount of skills. You know, there's definitely there's a few pieces there to make the team more interesting on each turn, not just, you know, how do I get my frenzy working? And same with Necro, because you got the stand firm, because you got the sidestep, you got the foul appearance, you've now got eye gouge, you've got the frenzy. There's a lot of pieces which, if you can get the most from, can make them a very good team. Going down to the enjoy playing. No, so result my nobility, they've just got better. I've always quite enjoyed them, but now they look like they're actually interesting, far more interesting team to play, especially at mid TV, which is where they used to fall apart. I think they're still probably going to fall apart around like 1.5 million because they just don't have armor, but at least they're cheaper. You can have more of a team. I think they're going to be far more interesting. High Elves currently just look bonkers, and I can't wait to play them. And then most of the rest of the teams here are teams which I think have got interest me to test. So orcs, gnomes, Nurgle, Tomb Kings, and Ogres. I'm interested to test them in the new rules. More than anything else. Chaos Dwarfs, I just quite enjoy them, which is weird because I never used to, but they've really sung to me. The teams here are either teams that haven't changed much, I've played a bit too much of, or I'm interested to test them, but I'm not as interested as these teams. So again, that's like humans. I'm interested to test them. I don't think they're going to be particularly great. Plutonians, I'm interested to test them. Chaos, I'm very, very interested to test. Black Orcs probably would be higher if the elite skill tax didn't absolutely crush them. Elite skill tax, I think, is just going to really wreck quite a few of the teams around here. Then most of these teams I just find frustrating to play against or stressful, and then these teams are I just don't like dwarfs. I don't like Underworld, and I hate snotlings with an absolute passion. But there you go. I will try and put a link to this in the video if I remember in the video. Let me know yours. What teams are you? What's your Mount Rushmore? What teams do you guys hate? I think it's just sometimes a fun exercise. It might be something which I come back to, because this will change. You know, like Necro would definitely used to be like up here, and I've just played them a bit too much. Same with Lizardmen. Lizardmen were up here a while ago, but now I've played them a bit too much, and I've had too many bad experiences. It's kind of soured me a little bit on them. It's the random changes. Yeah, random does screw the Black Orcs and Lizardmen a lot, because you used to like random in general on the Goblins and the Skinks, and that led to some really interesting Skink and Goblin builds. Whereas now, Skinks are probably just going to go stats, maybe sidestep later, and Black Orcs are just going to go for fouling skills and then a couple of stats, and it's just not really. It's taking a lot of fun out of the teams, in my opinion. I don't think I like the new leveling system as much. Knobs go top tier for you. I mean, they were close. They were in there. And then I realised how much I like Frenzy. Hey, DIP, how you doing, buddy? I do love Frenzy. But yeah. But there we go. Well, thank you for coming on YouTube. Come back tomorrow for probably going to be the Airbnb. So this is going to go up on the Monday, and probably gives me time just to get the Airbnb videos finished. With all the support, and thank you everyone for the support I've had on YouTube. I've been able to unlock a lot of features. Unfortunately, it triggered some issues with my content, which YouTube didn't like. So I had to tweak some of my future videos, which meant I had to delete all the videos I had ready to go and make new ones. So I took the opportunity, and you've probably seen like I've updated the thumbnails now. I've gone for a new design on the thumbnails, which I was never happy with the old ones, but it was kind of a let's get going. I'll worry about it later. And I've had some time. I was going to do all these updates for Warhammer Blood Bowl. YouTube's kind of just pushed it a little bit. So yeah. So thank you everyone for the support. No more swearing. You are allowed to swear at the moment. The YouTube changed their mind on swearing occasionally. Red Letter Media keep me up to date on when you can and can't swear on YouTube. But yes, it wasn't the swearing that was the issue. It was the intro songs that were the issue and the outro song. Although it wasn't copyrighted, it was in this weird grey area where it's not copyrighted, so I didn't get a strike for using it. But you can't access all the new features on the videos if you do use it. So I had to then make some new intros, basically, which I was always planning on doing. What do you think of New High Elves? I think New High Elves are going to be really good. I think they are going to either be a top tier team competing with Wood Elves, or they're going to be in that next pack of teams, depending on the stats. I think I'm very hyped for High Elves. I think once you've got 4 dodge on the positionals, they're going to be a nightmare to deal with. Oh yes, Chaos Welly, please, yeah, do hit me up. I would love some bespoke songs. At the moment, I've got like a generic sports song, which I got from the YouTube. Like library, but I would like something. I need to do a new. I need a new intro as well. I want to update the intro, but definitely a new theme song to go with that would be awesome. Right, well there we go. YouTube, come back tomorrow for Airbnb. Until then, have a good day and goodbye.